Hello, Assalamualaikum to Madam Malak and my fellow classmates. Today our group is going to present about construction industry. So this is my group members. It is group 6. Construction industry is an industry that plays an important role in development and enhance the economic sector as well as the development of the country. Construction industry contributes a lot to development in each country because the construction industry moves to other countries while the progress towards that country is increasing. At the same time, many problems will arise if the progress and development of this industry is not fully planned, and this has affected the development of the industry. The construction industry is not one example of environmentally friendly activities. In fact, it is a major contributor to environmental impact. Among the environmental effects that have been classified are air pollution, sound pollution, and water pollution. One of the largest pollution generators found in Hong Kong is the development industry, and it has become a critical issue in the country. The construction industry in Hong Kong has produced large quantities of chemical waste. Construction project. Construction project need an organization or team to design, plan the structure, to construct and to maintain the construction project. General contractor usually focus on the general construction such as building construction. The complete job is under the responsibility of the general contractor, except for the part of the work that may be handed over to the special contractor, that is subcontractor.
I'm going to talk about the construction of the construction industry towards economic growth. The construction industry is one of today's powerful industries, which has a major impact on the growth of the economy in every country. The construction industry is making an important contribution to growth and development. It is from the processing of raw and manufactured building materials and components to the implementation of physical work on site and the provision of professional services such as architecture and project management. There are 5 ways the construction industry helps to play an important role in increasing an economic growth. First one is attracts foreign investment. Second one is encourage tourism. Third is spurs growth for other sector. Fourth is creates employment. The last one is build talents. The most acceptable concept of economic growth is the consequence of the interaction of a large numbers of factors and conditions that decide the quality of economic growth. A variety of factors can determine economic growth. It is necessary to decide what variables have been defined by the concept of industrial economic growth. The building industry reflects a community's construction. We are not going to have any schools, hospitals, or even homes without the building industries.
Current performance of the Malaysian industry. Before the COVID-19 crisis, the Malaysian construction industry is expected to recover this year, but as the situation was, the industry will shrink by 8.8% in 2020. Next, once economic activity resumes, it is hoped that the work on the construction site will increase, rapidly in the next few months, recovering part of the output lost since mid-March 2020. Due to the shutdown of several large construction projects and the increase in unsold house, the construction industry is almost unstoppable in 2019. Although the government allowed construction sites in the country to resume operation before 2020, most websites remain closed. Next, on 5 June 2020, the Malaysian government said that of the 6,750 construction sites inspected by the Construction Industry Development Board (CIDB), as of 4 June 2020, 5,113 sites were not yet available. Next, due to the slowdown caused by the restriction of the Movement Control Order, the added value of construction in 2020 will drop sharply by 7.9% year-on-year. In addition, when the MCO is implemented at the end of the first quarter and lasts until the first week of May 2020, the performance in the second quarter is expected to be bleak. Next, before the outbreak, Dhananjay Sharma Global Data Analysis said that due to rising construction costs, shortage of skilled technicians, and unsold inventory, the residential market was already in trouble, but shows signs of recovery. According to data from Bank Negara Malaysia, in the first 4 months of 2020, the total value of loan allocated to the construction industry has fallen by 6.7% year-on-year. In April alone, loans fell by 32.9% year-on-year. The market value fell from 7.9 billion ringgit in April 2019 to 5 billion ringgit in April 2020. Lastly, when the COVID-19 crisis disappears, infrastructure will become the main area of support. The country's largest project, the 44 billion ringgit East Coast Railroad (ECRL) project, resumed construction activity and obtained government approval to resume future construction and improve construction performance.
Factors affecting construction project performance in Malaysia. During this COVID-19 pandemic, construction delay is the biggest impact in construction project performance occur in Malaysia. Factors that create this construction delay is availability of labor. Because of this COVID-19 pandemic, some of the site project areas had a challenge with hiring and maintaining workers, which will bring to lack of experience in the project. Number of skilled laborers, a lack of professional or qualified workers. Material delivery, material supply from the consultant viewpoint. Materials are difficult to procure, acquire extra costs such as mobilization or supply to the building of the site. Performance of contractor, insufficiency of the experienced or incompetent contractor. Last is space constraint. Because of certain situation or disputes, space on the building site is inadequate during construction in progress, such as space used for vehicle, workers traveling from one location to another, carrying material and storing the material.
Impact of the loan moratorium on construction product in Malaysia. The impact is the lower net income margin is faced by financial institutions. According to Bank Negara Malaysia, as of 19 June, the expense of the financial institution moratorium amounted to 47.5 billion ringgit Malaysia, a loss of approximately 16 billion ringgit Malaysia per month. For this reason, due to the deterioration in gross impaired loans, financial institutions are more likely to tighten their lending policy for home buyers, investors, and developers. This is not good news. Next, the banking industry is already facing an extremely difficult time, compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic that has decreased consumer demand for loans, a primary source of revenue for lenders. In the month of May, loan requests dropped by almost 40%. Credit approval fell by some 54% in the same period. Thank you.
The construction industry is one of the major contributors to the economic growth of a country. The construction industry is also an important sector in investment, and it is very important to the government to develop the infrastructure to be built, such as the health, transport, and education sectors. Then the government must make a contract with the construction industry. The construction industry has proved a lot about the progress of one country to another. So that's all our group presentation about the topic of construction industry. And thank you.